Ubuntu sisters and brothers, how y'all feel today, man? We up in this we up in this African joint, bringing y'all some knowledge again, once again. Me, my brother Grunch, brother Knowledge, brother the elder. You know what I'm saying? We coming to try to. I did a phone interview maybe a week ago or so, and I seen a lot of in the comments a lot of different things. So I went and did research. And in my research, before I tell you everything of what I found, and I still haven't done a lot of research as far as what could be done. This tactic that's coming to us about indigenous native people or African descendants or descendants of slaves, there's a issue with that. I'm not saying that there isn't any black Indian tribes. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, what I'm questioning is the indigenousness of it. Meaning, was that black race born here? You know what I'm saying? And then the brother we've been talking before we got on here, debate going on. They saying where is evidence that what do you say? Africans? It was reversed. The
migration
was reversed.
Coming out of the Americas to Africa.
Yeah. So
that kind of doesn't make any sense, but
yeah. And then they be saying like show the evidence. So my thing is show the evidence. From me doing my studying, when you start talking about native people, the indigenous people didn't write anything down. It wasn't nothing that where you could say, well, the Chickasaw Indians were established in 700 AD. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that goes back to say that I haven't been yet to find. But again, it's still a division tool. As long as they say, hey man, let's say the brother Knowledge say, he's indigenous from here. Then I say I'm African from Africa. Well, guess what? Now we ain't gonna come together because of this BS to me.
Divide and conquer.
It's divide and conquer. Look, if he's indigenous, look at his skin color. Look at my skin color. If I say I'm black, and we ain't even as black as Africans can be. Neither one of us put together. You know what I'm saying? So what we saying is that we love our Africanness. Mm-hmm. If you want to believe that you are an indigenous person and you have evidence to produce that. But I'm going to also say this, all of you people in them comments talking all that trash around your mouth, produce the evidence. Don't call me stupid. Don't tell me I'm dumb. Put some evidence down because I'm going to go research. Mm-hmm. Put that information down so I can go see it. I don't care if you're indigenous, if you think you're indigenous, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm African. That's how I look. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If you have another explanation than that, you know what I'm saying? Present yourself with it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't mad. We ain't saying nothing. We just love Africa. Where we at right now, that's African. What you see right there, that's African. That's not indigenous to America. You know what I'm saying? Africans made this. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I love. This is what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? And I do the research. And again, it's a divide and conquer tool. As long as we saying I'm from here and you from there and we from here, then we ain't gonna come together.
Never come together.
We ain't gonna never come together. And regardless of whatever the hell you say, if you black, you was a slave. Tell me that shit ain't happened. Tell me you wasn't a slave. If you want to say it wasn't a such thing as the transatlantic slave trade, okay, well your ass still was a slave. Tell me that didn't happen.
Still got oppressed.
You still got oppressed. You still got your land taken. You don't own nothing on this land. You know what I'm saying? If this was your land and it was you're indigenous to it, they still took it from you. So you're still oppressed. Just like the people who were brought over here from Africa. When you say there wasn't a such thing as a transatlantic slave trade, you disrespect millions of dead ancestors who died coming over here, trying to get away from coming over here. When they got here, everything. I tried to give y'all evidence to look at the South Carolina Low Country. Those individuals will tell you exactly where they come from. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you gotta do, the Gullah Geechee people. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna break it down with some history. Okay, so what I found out is a little research I've done. We have 3 different Europeans that we deal with. Okay, when you start dealing with the United States of America, it wasn't a such thing of that shit until about 1783 or some shit. Not even 1776. But when 1776 was unfolding, and we were here in this part that we call the United States, there was still something under the Mason-Dixon line that didn't have nothing to do with the Englishmen. It was Spain and Portugal. It was a place called Spanish Florida, but it was East Florida.
In West Florida.
And West Florida. You know what I'm saying? East Florida was the whole continent. West Florida was Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? So all of this territory was Spaniard territory. It wasn't the Englishmen, the people from Britain. That's who we deal with. We don't understand the differences. That's why I was saying when the sister, the other queen, the people who come in with the indigenousness, the black people, is from Queen Chief Warhorse. I went and did research on the sister. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I don't too much like. And I also did things on other people who say they are indigenous to this land and they ain't black. You know what I'm saying? And they have a perception of what this woman is saying. So, again, if you are indigenous from this country, so be it, man. I ain't mad at you. Come together with us so we can get from being oppressed. Right. You gonna do that?
Fighting the same war.
Fighting the same people, war. Same everything. So is you gonna come together and ride out with us, or you gonna keep saying, I'm indigenous, I'm an Indian, or you ain't African, or it wasn't no African slave trade, or wasn't none of that? That's divide and conquer. We have been divided and conquered since we've been here. You know what I'm saying? The whole point, the African continent, that was divided. It's called the Berlin Conference. Before the Berlin Conference, before 1884, there wasn't a Mozambique, Tanzania, and all the rest of this. It was a whole one big landmass, and the Africans was rotating the way they wanted to. But then individuals came, and that's what you had a Berlin Conference. All the information I come through is they make a difference between Africans and natives, Spaniards, Portuguese, French, and Englishmen. They make the difference. So then people say, okay, well that ain't true. They say that the white man didn't want us to know that they stole us from this land and took our land from us. Okay, so my thing to the people who say that, do y'all fucking know who the white man is, man? Do y'all know these people, man? They ain't gonna do no shit like that, man. They're gonna kill your ass and take the land. Look up just warfare. Just warfare. Anytime those Europeans left their island and they went to any other island, their mission was to kill everything. Extermination. You know what I'm saying? Anything they came across, we're gonna kill all that and then take the land and take the resources. I mean, what you, I don't know what y'all, we shouldn't be arguing over that. You know what I'm saying? If you, and again, if you indigenous, if you believe that you indigenous, I love you. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we have this bickering between the two of us, we ain't gonna never stand up and be a Rosewood or Black Wall Street or Wilmington, North Carolina. We're not gonna stand up and be the people that we used to be, regardless if it's indigenous or African. We ain't gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Until you do your research and until you find out what's going on, then that's when you're gonna know. If you're gonna keep looking at YouTube and looking at people say this, that, that, and the other, don't look at get the evidence and go do the research yourself. Deaf, dumb, and blind.
And you're gonna be saying the same thing.
Deaf, dumb, and blind, man. Go do your work, man. It ain't hard. It is hard. It ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? But go do your work, man. Pick up a damn book. Pick up a journal. Pick up an editorial. Knowledge is the key. Put it up there, bro.
Pick up this book. This book is going to tell you about the first people in the Americas. It's going to tell you about the Indians that came here. It's going to tell you about the not that came in, that was here. It's going to tell you about the Mongolians that came here over the Bering Strait. This brother's name is David Imhotep, okay? And he gives you a lot of information. He has a lot of he has done a lot of research. You could check out whatever you read from him, check it out yourself. I advise anybody to go on his website because he has an e-book on the Indians. Okay, so those of us that say, I heard someone had said to Grunch that the way the Indians came about was because white people that came over here mixed with the black people. One question I have to ask you, because you're not thinking. One question I have to ask you is, okay, so all the black people and the white people that's intermarrying today, why aren't we still having Indians coming out? Come on, you're not thinking. Pick up a book. Pick this book up. It's going to tell you a lot. Okay? It's going to tell you a lot. Another thing, when we talk about transatlantic slave trade and Africans being brought from Africa to here, you have to read. You have to read different books. And this book right here tells you, it's called Dreams of Africa in Alabama. Okay, Dreams of Africa in Alabama. And it tells you about a story. Actually, no, it tells you the story of the people, the last Africans that was illegally taken from Africa and brought here. I showed it to them already.
Because I want y'all to see, this is a white person who wrote this book, and the next book he about to show you is come from our queen sister. So show them that. Because this book, she wrote the book in 1927, and it didn't get published until 2018.
Exactly. So this tells you about the history of the last people brought from Africa. This is the book that you need to read if you don't believe that we was taken from Africa. Okay?
Before you jump in, I want to say something with Mr. SCURV. Go ahead.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
The book that you, I don't know who that is wrote that book, but go get that one because she wrote some book. This is the book you need to go get because this is from your sister. She sat down with the brother, ate watermelon with him, and gave him things so he could talk about what happened. You know what I'm saying? And this brother right here is the living proof of Africans coming from Africa to America after the slave trade was supposedly being over. So go get the book, you know what I'm saying? Go read the information, and then come on, Miss Queen Nanny. Y'all don't know who Queen Nanny is. And here come Queen Nanny to drop something on y'all.
This the real life Queen Nanny right here. You can come over here, Grudge.
No,
Yeah. This is the thing. For people who say that we're not from Africa, this is my wife, Mrs. SCURV, okay?
Queen Nanny.
AKA Queen Nanny, the spirit of Queen Nanny with the maroon blood inside of her. On her family property in Jamaica, there lies her great-great-grandfather. His grave is right there on family land. His name is Yaya, and he was brought over from Ghana, enslaved, straight from Ghana. Went to Ghana earlier this year, went to the castles, everything, saw all that they did. That's physical proof, but his bones are there, straight from there. And if it wasn't for Yaya, the physical Mrs. SCURV, the physical Queen Nanny right here wouldn't be. So for all you strangers who are out there who say we are not African, and of course me being of Jamaican lineage, 93%, I kind of think I'm from there too. But if you have an identity problem, an identity crisis, keep your confusion to yourself, because we don't even have to, no, we know about reading books. But in this case, a book can't tell us the truth of your African blood from Ghana, from your great-great-grandfather, Yaya, right? Anything you want to say about that? Tell them. So you can't tell us we're not.
No, what I want to say that I'm a proud African woman, and I love it. I love it. And you know, all of us should be proud of who we are. And if you don't know who you are, you need to start researching who you are. Because if you are a black man or a black woman, you are an African. And that's all I have to say. Peace out.
And for those who say that they're not, what is your fight? What are you doing?
Instead of calling us names,
you still
put the evidence down there so we can go look it up.
Right, you still feeling the oppression. The way you look like me, you still gonna catch hell in this place. If this is your land, why aren't you doing something to take, you know, this is your fight now, you know, because I'm African, right? And you say you're not. Well, what about your fight here to get your land back? You're sitting here pointing fingers at me. If this person took something from me, I got a problem with that person, not this person. Exactly. So continue your fight, enjoy the oppression, enjoy the racism, enjoy all the things you have to do, the psychic battles, whatever have you. That's your fight, but you need to take your land back if this is yours. I know where I belong.
Thank you, Queen Nanny. We love you. We love the Queen. But that was just a little bit of history from a Jamaican point of view. A lot of people don't know the history. So like she said, go do the research.
history.
Another thing is two things that you have to understand. The United States of America, what we call the United States of America, when they were colonizing this, it wasn't the United States of America. It was the 13 colonies, and it was owned by the Englishmen. But understand this, when they came in the 1600s, Spaniards and Frenchmen had Africans from Africa in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and they had been there almost 100 years before the Englishmen came to Chesapeake Bay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's two different histories. If you go read the Spanish history, you're going to see who they came upon and who they killed. Christopher Columbus came on Hispaniola. That's what the Spaniards called the island of Spain. And then when the French came and took it from the Spaniards, they called it San Domingo. And then when the Africans, who were second generation Africans from Africa, and they fought for the independence of the land, they called it Haiti, whichever one you want to call it, but they the ones named that. So just try to get the history. You understand? And understand this. The Englishmen got into the slave trade late. You know what I'm saying? The Portuguese and the Spaniards knew about the slave trade because they were conquered by the Moors in 711. That's where they got their maritime skills from. That's how they knew how to get on boats and move around, because of who conquered them. So go do your research. And then when they conquered them, look at how the plight of Europe was. They were dying out. I truly believe if the Moors wouldn't have went in and conquered Spain, we wouldn't know what a European is today, because they were dying out. You know what I'm saying? The Africans is the one that gave them paved streets, medicine, because they didn't even wash. They civilized them. From a people who came from a civilization. So we like to do work. You know what I'm saying? I like to do the research. I like to read. That's what I'm saying. Instead of calling me a name, or the other brother, it was some dude on the comments said Christopher Columbus didn't name the Indians Indians.
Wait. You know what I want to say? Listen, all these comments that don't make sense, it sounds like to me, either you're a troll looking for attention, or you're not doing your research. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. So, these little things that we're telling you, we get into, we're not going to be on this too long. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a waste of time to us.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say nothing about this.
It's taking us away from what we're actually doing.
Yes.
Okay, so do your research, do your reading, because like the things that Brunch is telling you, the history that he's speaking to you about, history, when you start knowing history is like a form of intelligence. When you start knowing your ancient history, you're learning intelligence. When you start learning about from 1619 on up, you start learning about intelligence. When you start learning about slavery, you start learning about intelligence. Okay? History, so the thing I'm trying to say is, learn your history. Get into the history. But get into it good. Don't speak about something that you don't know. Okay?
Proof and evidence.
Yeah, have evidence in it. Evidence is the main thing. Okay? As best as you can. Now, not everybody knows everything. Nobody knows everything.
I don't.
Okay? So
I don't know nothing.
We up for reproval. We're up for correction.
Yeah, we need. That's what I'm saying. If y'all got evidence,
but if you have evidence, though, just don't talk crap. Talk about you don't know what you're talking about. Show me that I don't know what I'm talking about. You understand? Show me in the right way. So that's what I would say. You just do your thing.
Do your research.
Yes.
That's becoming a critical thinker and a leader. In his book, by Elijah Muhammad, Message to the Black Man in America, he say, the duty of the civilized man is to teach civilization to the uncivilized. So we got to get out. It's the youth that I'm going after. We going after.
Has somebody been reading or what? Has somebody been doing some research or what? Huh?
Yeah, but we must come together as one. As one, not divide and conquer. That's how they getting us. We at war. Keep telling y'all this, and we at war. And we fighting amongst each other while they sitting back, laughing, getting paid, taking all the land and property. You know what I'm saying? Gentrification in the hood. They taking it all. What we doing? We worrying about, oh, I'm not African. Oh, I'm this, I'm that.
Hold that thought.
What's up, brother?
He said gentrification. I heard
Gentrification.
gentrification. I heard yesterday, right? I heard yesterday, right, that when these white people are coming into our spaces and taking over, our buildings and stuff, what they're doing too, the establishments that are in that area, they're trying to get them shut down. There's a couple of churches in Washington D.C. They complain about the parking. They take up too much parking, so they're trying to shut that down. There's a smoke place in Dallas. I think it was Dallas, either Houston or Dallas, Texas, and they started complaining about this. Now the establishment's been there for years. Nobody complained about it. Here come these white people talking about, oh, it's too much smoke. Oh, it's too many people coming in. All the parking. See, this is happening all over the United States, though. You understand what I'm saying? They are trying, besides moving in, they're trying to get rid of our establishments, our businesses. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your eyes open. You got to stick. This is why my brother just saying we got to stick together.
Stick together.
Yeah,
Stick together.
That's the whole point, man. Coming together. KB, I mean, Brother Knowledge is gonna keep speaking because I want y'all to understand this brother right here. Y'all don't know who y'all looking at right now. This brother come from the streets, man, and he changed his whole life, health, everything, from picking up that knowledge.
Getting there. But man, it's good to know our story. You know, even though history, I always break it down, his story. So it's best to know our story. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna tell us and finesse us. You know what I'm saying? And give us the game of lies. But once we know ourselves, who can lead us wrong? That's why we need to come together as one. And for the youth out there, man, I'm telling you, man, pick up a book and read. You know what I'm saying? Look at the references. Look at everything. Question everything. I keep telling you this, man. And it's time to act. You know, all this talking, going back and forth, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? It's time to do something about it. The marching, all this, Trump, all that is a distraction. Yeah, cool. Come on, man. Let's come together as one and keep moving and keep pushing forward and do what our ancestors told us to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep pushing and keep going forward, man. Let's do it. And boom to, man. I love y'all. Power to the people, power to everybody. No matter if you my enemy, because guess what? You can never be an enemy if I got love and peace, man, because I know where I come from. Man, hold on. I'm finna spit something for him.
Oh, wait,
I'm finna speak something.
This that knowledge that you don't get in college. So listen to what it's about to be said.
It's called critical thinking. Listen to this. I say, hey, please use your mind and open up your first eye. That God and Bible that you believe in is all a lie. Don't look surprised by how I feel. I'm here to speak the truth. The God and Goddess that you looking for is really you. My black people, man, we gone. They took us from our homes and did us wrong. And if the 1% and one in bones, that's what I'm on. If you can take the time, sit and read, then you would know what's going on and it'll set you free. That's mentally. We rocking gold ropes. Back then, they hunting us by them damn ropes. Jesus was a slave boat. The schoolhouse, they won't let you know about your people. We not the same. We can never be equal. They justify slavery and caught that shit legal. We looking for a change, they overlooked that pain. Stripped us from our identity and gave us master name. Don't understand this game? Well, let me help you out. Hey, close your eyes and visualize how it all went down. Hey, first we had the land and then they had the book. Them KV some motherfuckers, they had my people shook, but not my kind though. We all warriors, kings and queens, Malcolm X, and that's by any means. Critical thinking, dog, see what I see. We all slaves mentally, but we was meant to be free. Huh? Critical thinking, dog, see what I see. We all slaves mentally, but we was meant to be free. Love and peace.
Meant to be free. Boy, you ain't heard that, boy. That come from reading books, bro. That comes from reading books. So man. Boy, I promise you, I'm telling you, he coming. We about to come with all that, but our biggest thing is we ain't trying to fight with you brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that called me lames in the comments, I love your pussy. You know what I'm talking about? We don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? You can say all the names you want to. I love that shit. I got a tough skin. I've been called all kind of names, been through all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that don't mean nothing to me. The only thing it showed me was your ignorance. Instead of you calling me names, put the evidence down so I can go look it up. Because I'm going to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's wrong, I'm going to go do my work because that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? I stand on the shoulders of greatness. You understand? Master teachers, John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, this is who we are. This is who gave us our information. So all of those people was wrong. John Henry Clark, John G. Jackson, J. Rogers, Ishimishu Barashango, Anderson Thomas, Jake McCarruthers. All of those people were wrong.
Amos Wilson.
Fuck out of here, man. If you are indigenous to this land, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at myself as being indigenous, and I have Choctaw in my family. You know what I'm saying? It's a part Choctaw, but go get a book called Black Slaves, Indian Masters. And look how the Choctaw and the Chickasaw Indians had us as slaves. So come on, man, do your work. It's not hard, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is just, man, please read, man. Please read, man, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't got to be books, you know what I'm saying? Just when you see something on YouTube, go look it up, you know what I'm saying? The sister, her name is Queen Chief Warhorse. She comes from Louisiana, where when you learn about the 1811 slave trade or the slave the revolution that they did, the revolt that they did, those were all, Africans. They weren't indigenous to the land. The French got the Africans from Africa. At that time, this wasn't America. Louisiana ain't had nothing to do with the 13 colonies. You know what I'm saying? That was something different. So you could damn near for sure know the French went to Africa and got Africans and had them as slaves. If you don't want to believe in the transatlantic slave trade, man, please don't disrespect our ancestors like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get, and the confusing thing to me is, okay, well, if it wasn't a transatlantic slave trade, do you know slavery? Do you know the life expectancy for a slave was only 5 years? So after 5 years, it was a place that they had in America where they just grouped up a whole bunch of black Indians. It's like every time somebody died, you go to North America to get another one. Like again, look up Africa Town. It's a slave museum. I don't know the name of it. It's missing my name, but you could go there and register, and they would teach you how to scuba dive, and they'd take you to the slave ships, the ones that they found. And then you could scuba dive, go down there right there. It ain't to see nothing. They're going to make you work because they're teaching you about your history. But those are slave boats that sank. So look at one of those slave museums, and they are in there. I want to say it's the one they just built. But it's a whole big old thing, and it shows you how they went down there, and there's the slave ship. They got the chains and everything in that shit. Go do that. Don't say it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And look up Africa Town. Today it's named Plateau U or something like that. It's not named Africa Town no more. But look at the history of that town. That's Africans. Those are people who were brought from Africa, who never became American citizens because slavery was illegal when they went and got them. The boat's still there. You know what I'm saying? The white people thought they could sink it and it'll be gone, but it was high tide. So when low tide came, shit, they go to the boat. You know what I mean? So the evidence is there. You know what I mean? We were Africans and we did come on slave ships. And I'm not saying that it wasn't black Indian tribes. My question is the indigenousness of it. You know what I'm saying? I believe Africans been coming from Africa to here for thousands of years before any European did. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought. And if I'm wrong, so what? I'm still believing because I'm African.
There's evidence of that, though.
Ain't nothing else but African.
There's evidence that Africans was here 50,000 years ago.
Please go get Ivan Van Sertima's book, man. Early America Revisited. Go get that. And then research from that. See what he presented, and then go do your work after that and see if he was lying, because he wasn't.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody want to say something?
I want to say one last thing. With what we're doing, what we need to do is learn the history, get the information ourselves, and pass it on to the youth, the young one. Like my brother here,
This brother
right here, yeah, my brother right here, he's passing it on to his children.
Yes, sir.
What we need to do is do what the Europeans did to us. See, the Europeans took us at a young age and indoctrinated us
With the bullshit.
with the crap in school, right? Didn't teach us our history,
Never.
okay? And taught us so-called European history, indoctrinated us with white supremacy, made us feel inferior to them.
And made us think European, think like a European.
European wise, right?
Yeah, nigga. There you
Right. So
Negropean.
what I'm saying is, we need to start learning. We need to start knowing the truth. We need to start knowing our history, and then we need to pass it on to the youth, because the youth are the one that's going to really turn this around.
Plant the seeds.
The years to come.
Plant the seeds.
Don't you want to think about your great grandchildren waking up, and instead of seeing a Chinese store on the corner here.
It'll be a black stove.
That's right.
Or Asian store over here. They get up and see black facilities, black businesses. You know what I'm saying? So let's do this. This is the way it's going to happen, because it's not going to turn around automatically. We've been going through this past 400 years, so we have to do it in the way that the Europeans did. We know, you got to know that it's not going to happen automatically. We just got to start the ball rolling now.
Okay, let me just say something when you're done. I just want to say, go to LANCESCURV.com. I want you also to go to YouTube. We're going to have all your written work and your research on LANCESCURV.com. LANCESCURV, the YouTube channel. When you go to any, as you're seeing this on YouTube right now, go to the bottom. We have the newsletter, the blog that you can go to, where we have so much more than just videos. We're going to have the written research from everything that our brothers here are doing. We're going to expand the platform. We're LANCESCURV everywhere. LANCESCURV. The phone number is 407-590-0755. If you want to do an online interview in person, if you're in the Central Florida area for now, we're going to be all over the place, even more expanded. You can do it over the phone. We can do a video call. We just want to bring truth. We allow people to share their stories and their experiences, but we're not for the drama. We're not for the games. We're not for the foolishness. You can also email me at scurvmedia@gmail.com. You'll see everything up top, the information there, but everything that we do, we're going to have it on the site, and we won't be controlled on the site. We won't be censored on the site. We want you to leave your comments. We also have Melanin Envy, a forum. We also have the LANCESCURV app that you can download. It's free. It's not bootleg. LANCESCURV on Google Play Store, the App Store, and on Amazon. Go ahead, Grunch. We're wrapping
But
up.
on that, we're going to wrap it up with this, but all y'all people that send y'all emails, every week, we're going to put something on that website for you to read. It ain't specific. It's just information.
In sections with books that you have that you want to have them read.
But a lot of this is going to be PDFs. So when you send your email, we can send this to you. So all of the people that send Lance the email for the website, we're going to have them emails, and we're going to send y'all stuff for you to study, for you to go look up, for you to go do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not never telling you anything. I'm giving you is what it is.
So get
it's
ready
up
to
to
start
you.
reading.
It's up to you to go find out that information. So again, Ubuntu, man, I hope y'all like that rap from knowledge, boy. That was that business.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LANCESCURV.com and follow SCURV on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LANCESCURV.